Ozempic has a black box warning that within 12 months of use, it increases your risk for every form of medullary thyroid cancer.
This one was sent to me dozens of times by followers and patients because now they're scared to take their medicine. Right off the bat, here's the black box warning. It literally says, in rodents, it may cause medullary thyroid cancer. In humans, the data is not very compelling. I've spoken about this before. Rodents actually have GLP-1 receptors on their specific cells in their thyroid that give a rise to medullary thyroid, a specific type of thyroid cancer. Humans do not readily have these GLP-1 receptors. Multiple studies have been done. The studies are mixed, but in general, it doesn't seem like there's any increased risk of medullary thyroid cancer in humans.
Oncologists around the world who are getting new diagnosed cancer patients, if they're on Ozempic and Wegovy, 100% of them are developing breast cancer in less than a year using Ozempic and Wegovy.
I have no idea where he's getting this claim from. There is no data to suggest there's any increased risk of breast cancer in those taking GLP-1 medicines. We've seen very large randomized trials spanning years showing no increased risk of cancer at all compared to placebo. Because these medicines actually help people lose adipose tissue, fat tissue, they may actually be protective. However, we're waiting for that data.
People magazine last week reported that there's thousands of Americans who are reporting eye-rotting diseases being on Ozempic and Wegovy. Their eyes are literally rotting in their orbits of their skull.
Not sure where he's getting this one from either. Eyes are not rotting in people taking these medicines. There was a potential increased risk of something called non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy. This is where there's decreased blood flow to the optic nerve, and there may be a small increased risk of this in those taking these medicines, which may be due to decreases in blood pressure. Again, the risk is very small. We don't know if it truly exists. There's some data to suggest that.
Do you know what Ozempic and Wegovy is made of?
No.
It's a venom protein from the Gila monster lizard. The forked tongue of this lizard is what they use to make Ozempic. Gila monster venom is actually more deadly and more toxic than a western diamondback rattlesnake. It's venom to humans.
He takes a small kernel of truth and turns it into an absolute fabrication. The first GLP-1 receptor agonist approved was Byetta, or exenatide, and it was derived from Gila monster venom. Exenatide is not poisonous. The reason they used it is because it looked similar to GLP-1, however, it wasn't broken down readily in our bodies. What he doesn't mention is that semaglutide, a newer version of these GLP-1 receptor agonists, is actually based off of human GLP-1. Regardless, they are not poisonous. This is just absolute nonsense. If you come across more of these types of videos, go ahead and send them to me. I'll be sure to set them all straight.